Moldova's October 2024 referendum on EU membership showed a clear pivot away from Russian influence towards the EU. To become an EU member, Moldova has to align its national laws and policies with the EU's acquis communautaire, its body of legislation. While the European Green Deal is not an independent legal treaty, its principles and objectives are deeply embedded in the EU's acquis communautaire. Currently, Moldova's energy infrastructure is heavily reliant on the Cuciurgan Power Plant in the Transnistria region, which is controlled by Russian interests. In the past, and notably in 2021, Russia has weaponized its fossil fuel dependency by raising gas prices and reducing supplies to pressure Moldova's government to change its pro-European course. On top of that, Moldova has recently declared a state of emergency, as Russian gas supply will stop from January onwards, showcasing the risks of Moldova's dependency on Russian energy. To pursue EU membership, Moldova must align with the European Green Deal and transition to sustainable energy. Russia's war in Ukraine accelerated Moldova's synchronization with the European electricity grid, allowing for increased electricity trade. Moldova's 2030 National Energy Strategy prioritizes energy security, sustainability, and expanding renewables, requiring external expertise to succeed. The EU should support Moldova's energy transition to reduce its reliance on Russian energy, contribute to EU climate targets, and enhance EU energy security. France, with its strong partnership through the French Development Agency, is in a position to lead. We propose that France and the EU invest in nuclear energy to drive Moldova's decarbonization. The EU's taxonomy for sustainable finance designates nuclear energy as a transitional technology, aligned with the EU's climate goals, provided strict safety and waste management criteria are met. If Moldova were to adopt nuclear energy whilst meeting these criteria, it would be on track to align with the EU's climate policy. For the EU's green mission to succeed, supporting neighbouring countries is vital. France, as a leading EU member state and strong advocate of l'idée d'Europe, is uniquely positioned to aid Moldova's energy transition, especially given their existing partnership through the French Development Agency. France's expertise in nuclear energy is unparalleled, with 70% of its electricity generated from nuclear power, a legacy of the 1974 Mesmer Plan, which reduced energy dependence and emissions in response to the 1973 oil crisis. This experience could guide Moldova in developing nuclear capabilities using proven strategies as a model. Moldova's interest in nuclear energy is long-standing, as seen in past proposals to connect with Romania's Cernavoda nuclear power plant or collaborate with France. Although these projects were delayed due to costs, Moldova's Minister of Energy has recently expressed renewed interest in co-investing in Cernavoda's expansion. However, we believe Moldova should aim higher by reigniting plans for a domestic nuclear power plant, with France as key partner. France and the EU can support Moldova's energy transition through funding and expertise. The EU's Neighbourhood, Development and International Cooperation Instrument allocates 30% of its 19.32 billion budget for climate initiatives, making it a prime funding source. France's influence within the EU can secure broader support for Moldova's nuclear ambitions. Beyond funding, France's expertise can accelerate Moldova's progress. By sharing knowledge, technology, and best practices, France can help Moldova meet the EU's stringent conditions for sustainable nuclear projects. This will reduce Moldova's reliance on Russian fossil fuel and could possibly position it as a potential energy exporter to the EU. A nuclear plant in Moldova could also benefit neighbouring countries, creating regional infrastructure and attracting private investments. With France and the EU backing Moldova's course to a sustainable future, this offers a high investment security. France also benefits strategically, strengthening its leadership role in EU energy policy and reaffirming nuclear energy's importance in combating climate change. Supporting Moldova's course away from Russia's influence also advances France's geopolitical and environmental goals. Moldova's 2024 referendum reflects its people's desire to break away from Russian influence and pursue EU membership, necessitating energy sector reforms. By supporting Moldova's nuclear energy ambitions, France and the EU can help reduce Moldova's reliance on Russian energy and increase its chances of meeting EU accession criteria by embracing the European Green Deal. The EU would bolster its geopolitical stability and France would reaffirm its leadership in promoting nuclear energy as part of a green transition. This partnership represents a mutual opportunity to advance Moldova's EU membership aspirations, support Europe's green transition, and strengthen the region's energy independence. A win for all involved.